At what point did our founders start killing British soldiers? Exactly at what point? At the start of the War of Independence, we Americans were all British, the king, the colonists, the parliament, and everyone in between. So why was there this long, kinetic war? All the shooting, all those thousands of funerals. Well, we didn't kill the British because we simply wanted to rebel against their authority. We were fine with living under the king's authority, according to our charters with him, but he broke those charters, took away our freedom to govern our own affairs, and he handed it to Parliament. And we had no agreement with Parliament to rule over us. The charters told us that we were able to govern ourselves through our own elected legislatures, but he took all that away. He broke his word. And so we didn't like that kind of tyranny, and we protested. For 10 years, we appealed to them, and they got tired of our appeals, our letters to Parliament, again and again, our letters to the king. The American War of Independence started only because they attacked us, and we shot back. We tried to drive them off of our territory. They attacked us because we would not obey laws which were illegal for them to make, laws which would put a permanent end to the legal freedom that we had to govern our own affairs. So going to war with our king was not something which happened rashly or quickly or wildly. We did not want to do that. We formed a Continental Congress in 1774 to discuss our different options that we had. On July 5th, 1775, a full year before the Declaration of Independence, the Continental Congress signed what was called an olive branch petition to the king in one last effort to avoid war. And we sent it knowing full well that he would probably laugh at us. But we did send it. And on the next day, we met again and we explained in writing why we needed to arm ourselves for war militarily. So now here on the left here is the exact language of our decision. And I'll try to explain it in modern English while putting the exact words up here on the left. Parliament is making arbitrary laws. They claim to have the right to make any laws they want. They claim they have the power and the right to force us to obey those laws no matter what they may be or how they may change from day to day. Parliament is not the lawful authority over us, according to our charters. And so for 10 long years, we have patiently appealed to our British brothers. We have reminded them to honor our charters, which we have from the King himself, guaranteeing our freedom. But Parliament has scoffed at all of our letters and our protests, and we've written in the most careful, non-offensive, peaceful language. Our moral appeals have been rejected. We have been legally respectful, but it does no good. And so as a last resort, we have had to cut off all commercial trade with our fellow subjects in hopes of getting their attention economically. But not even this worked. We had no intention of seceding from our mother country and becoming a different nation. We would prefer peace and a restored relationship. But not once have we been belligerent. Not once have we tried to pick a fight. They know full well that we are innocent and they don't even suspect us of doing anything sneaky, dishonest, or wrong. But they have attacked us militarily. They're sending more and more soldiers to our shores. And so now is the time for us to defend our freedom, which they are attempting to take away by force of arms. And we must defend our lives. We must also defend our property, which we have honestly earned or inherited from our hardworking parents and forefathers. And so today we take up the weapons of war, and we shall lay them down only when hostilities shall cease on the part of the aggressors, and all danger of hostilities being renewed shall be removed. We will not put our weapons aside until we are safe from our attackers. And so finally, after we outfoxed Cornwallis at Yorktown, and he surrendered, the war was over, and we were able to go back to our farms. We were able to lay our weapons down. And we realized at the beginning, back then in 1775, if we picked up arms and we went to war with them, it would be our surrender to them, and we would probably all be hung for treason, or their surrender to us, and we fought it out to the very end. And so then we had peace after the surrender of Cornwallis until we had to fight the British again in 1812. But now that's another message. I'm Jeffrey Botkin. To keep up with these messages, please do subscribe and like and share. Thank you very much.